Okay, so this year marks the 35th anniversary of Super Mario Bros. As many people know already. Even Nintendo's constantly reminding us of that because with games like Super Mario 3D All Stars and Super Mario Bros. 35, which is legitimately a really fun battle royale, by the way. But this year also marks the 31st anniversary of not just the Game Boy, but Super Mario Land on the Game Boy, since it was a launch title for the system. But really, in my case, on the 2DS. But why on the 2DS, though? Because I don't own a Game Boy, and I might as well make that statement confession of the day. But at the time of this video isn't actually when the game turned 31. That already happened previously in the year, but for some reason I'm celebrating it now. Now, I actually got this game back in either 2017 or 2018. I don't really remember which year, but no matter what year it was before the game turned 30 in 2019. Now, here's some actual facts about the game. I already mentioned it was a launch title for the Game Boy 31 years ago in 1989, but what I didn't mention was that this game was actually the first main Mario game not developed by Miyamoto, and instead developed by Gunpei Yokoi, who actually developed the Game Boy itself. Now, the first few main Mario games were 2D platformers, but with this game being on new hardware, it's actually also a 2D platformer. It retains the fun, simple, and addictive gameplay from the past games, so that must mean it's a good game. But for some reason, while I still enjoy this game from time to time, I don't like it as much as I used to, but I'll get to that later. Although the core gameplay is still the same, there are some parts that do differ from the home console games. For one thing, this journey now takes place in Sarasa Land instead of the Mushroom Kingdom, or Subcon, I think it's called from Mario 2. And instead of rescuing Peach from Bowser, you're instead rescuing Princess Daisy from an alien named Tatanga. To be honest, I don't really know what made the developers want to make a space alien as an antagonist, but I mean, they missed out on a huge opportunity to have E.T. instead, so, that's one thing I can't really say I like about this game. And this is also the game that introduced Princess Daisy to the Mario series, so yay. She only makes appearances in the spin-off games like Mario Party, but there's only one main game she's ever appeared in after Mario Land, being Mario Run on mobile as an unlockable character. And speaking of which, remember Mario Run? Yeah, sort of. And going back on topic here, so the story might not be different from Super Mario Bros., but the characters are different, the worlds might be different, and the power-ups too? Not really. The power-ups in Super Mario Land are the same as the ones in Super Mario Bros. The Super Mushroom, the Superstar, the 1-Up Mushroom except in heart form, and the Fire Flower, except in this game it's called a Super Ball, where if you shoot fireballs, it'll bounce around the walls a few times. And the music in this game is pretty great. Not on the same levels as like the more modern Mario games, but the music in this game is really, really good, especially the one for World 1 and World 4. Those music tracks are like the best music tracks in the whole game. There's just something to love about the first level's music that stands out to me. And it may have taken me long enough, but now let's talk about the levels. The levels in this game aren't very long, to be honest, but which can be a bit of an issue because this game isn't long at all. There's only 4 worlds in this game with only 3 levels in them, so one of my issues with this game is that it's very, very short, and not really sure why. I mean, I think the handheld aspect of I think the level design in this game suits the handheld aspect just fine. But I'm just not a big fan of how shortened they are. And also, I'm kind of sick of the level design in this game too, because I've just beaten this game like multiple times. And, like if they added more levels, then it would really like help the game be better. But, I mean, whatever, I guess. But there are a few levels in the game that are probably the most memorable levels in the whole game. The submarine and airplane levels aren't really anything major, to be honest, but they are a decent change of pace if you want to do something other than running and jumping. They control the exact same way, and you could shoot bullets from both of them to take out enemies and bosses. And speaking of bosses, they're in the game too. You'll face off against a Sphinx creature who shoots fire, a giant seahorse, a rock-throwing thing, a cloud who shoots out birds for whatever reason, and Tatanga himself as the final boss. It's not much of a surprise that these bosses are pretty damn easy, but I mean they are actual bosses unlike the ones in Super Mario Bros., so I'll take it. But if there's one thing I had to ask Nintendo about the bosses, it wouldn't be where you got their designs from, but what the hell did you use for the sounds they make when they take damage? It sounds like they used a goat or something while recording those sound effects, but really, your guys' guesses are as good as mine. But to conclude, that is Super Mario Land on the Game Boy, a game that I used to like a lot more than I do now. There are problems with the game that do make me prefer other Mario games over this one, but I mean, this game is fine as it is, and I do think you'll get some enjoyment out of this game. But you won't get an enjoyment from hearing those weird boss sounds in this game. What do you use for those, Nintendo? I need to know! But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and see you next time.